From blueprints to bliss, let's get popping with another episode of Planco Playbook. Oh, well, this episode took a little bit longer to put together than I thought it would, and for very good reason, as you'll see. We're going to get into some really great stuff. But you know, there comes a point in every theme park project where everything starts looking, well, pretty good. The buildings are there, the pathways are filling out, guests are smiling, and the rides are running. And yet, something still feels missing. It's weird because you can't always put your finger on it. Then one day it hits you. The park doesn't have a voice. Today isn't about building another ride, it's about giving Everheart Kingdom a feel. And what I mean by that is, well, the other evening, Winslow and I were sitting on a bench overlooking Bramblewick Hollow while the sun was disappearing behind the hills. Neither of us said much for a while, and eventually I asked him, "Do you think we're getting close?" He smiled and said, "Close to what?" "Well, close to making this place feel real." He looked around at the guests walking through the gardens. Close. Then he said something that completely changed how I thought about theme park design. He said, people don't remember places as much as they remember how those places made them feel. And at first I thought he was talking about scenery, or rides, or storytelling. But instead, he was talking about music. And he reminded me that years after someone visits a park, they might not remember where every pathway went. They might not remember every building or what was in it. They might not remember much of what they did that day other than the rides. But if they hear one familiar melody and then later hear it again, they're suddenly right back. Right where they were, standing with family, laughing with friends, watching fireworks, eating ice cream on Main Street. Music is memory, and that's when we realize something. Every area of Everheart Kingdom deserved more than the background music that we were using. Every area deserved its own personality. Wild Canyon shouldn't sound anything like Bramblewick Hollow. Expedition Delta shouldn't sound like Main Street. The tropical harbor we are planning for the future, well, it shouldn't sound like Expedition Delta. Each land should have its own musical language, just like every country has its own traditions. Well, we didn't just stop there. Winslow leaned forward and pointed toward the main walkway of Bramblewick Hollow, and he said, "Listen." I laughed and I said, "Well, there's nothing really to hear." And he said, "Exactly. Now imagine if every land had its own melody, not just different songs, but the same melody told differently throughout the day. Morning, afternoon, evening, different instruments, different moods, same feeling." That idea hit me like a runaway mine train, right as Winslow told me that I'm responsible for making the music again. If you've been watching for a while, that I've written a lot of the music for our parks. Well, here we go again. Now imagine walking into Wild Canyon in the morning and hearing a quiet guitar and harmonica greeting the day. Now come back that afternoon and the same kind of music is being played by banjos and fiddles as the town bursts to life. Return after sunset, and now it's just a lone harmonica and a much softer banjo, maybe a little guitar, drifting across the canyon while lanterns glow outside the old buildings. You don't even realize you're hearing the same style of music. You just feel at home. Then we took the idea one step further. Why should rides have random music? The Story Spinner carousel should sound like there's a vintage band playing on the carousel that's been spinning for generations. The Storybook Limited should feel like an orchestra quietly telling a fairy tale while the narration leads your imagination. The Enchanted Caverns, well, those shouldn't even feel like music. They should sound like the crystals themselves are singing. Even the queue of every attraction should slowly prepare guests for what they're about to experience. By the time they board, they've already entered another world. and we're going to share some of that music with you and even ride a couple of attractions with you in just a moment. And while you've been watching this episode, you may have realized there's a reason you've mostly been seeing completed projects instead of every single wall and tree being placed. I think the magic happens when you see the finished story. We'll still do speed builds occasionally and even some construction tutorials in the future. But these story episodes are becoming something different. They're becoming the journal of how Everheart Kingdom came to life. Not one building at a time, but one idea at a time. We've already begun composing original music for the different areas of the park, so let's take a listen to some of it. Let's listen to Main Street. Now let's head over to Bramblewick Hollow and hear the music as we walk down the walkways. And now, different areas of Wild Canyon even have their own tunes. And finally, our test parade, which we are still designing floats for. It will be called Celebrate You, where we will be celebrating you, our guests. Right now, we have some floats from our friends at Frontier, but these will be replaced as soon as our own floats are ready. Here's a preview with our new song, Celebrate You.
Celebrate you!
Come along, the day is here. Smiling faces, friends so near. Every heartbeat, every cheer. Celebration starts right here. Raise your hands and sing along. Every voice becomes our song. Side by side, both old and new. Today we celebrate you.
So now we're back to our attractions. The first is Coyote Canyon. Let's ride and hear what the music sounds like there. is our Storyteller Limited train in Bramblewick Hollow. So now you've heard just a few samples of what we have created for our musical library to use in Everheart Kingdom. And before long, every path, every restaurant, every queue, every ride will have music written specifically for that moment. Not because guests will consciously notice, but because they'll feel it. And sometimes that's even more powerful. So when Winslow and I were finishing our talk over in Bramblewick, Winslow stood from the bench and smiled. He said, "People may come here for the attractions, but they'll come back because somewhere along the way, this place became part of their story." And I think he was right. And now, Everheart Kingdom is finally beginning to find its real voice in music, which reminds me of what I always tell you in every episode. Always remember, build bigger, build bolder, and may your dreams become your reality. We'll see you in the next episode of Planco Playbook.